Take a moment to create an enhancement on one nail from start to finish as you typically would in your salon. You should take about 10 minutes to do this. Again, you will need to press pause while performing this exercise. Now that you've created an enhancement, I want you to think of it as a benchmark for you to refer to as you learn new techniques. This will be fun to see what changes and what you're already doing perfectly.
We're about to share with you a new perspective on how to offer enhancement services that can give you a competitive edge, improve your service quality, and increase your earning potential. It's called the Custom Client Service, and it's a powerful new approach that can drive your business to a higher level of excellence and help guarantee your client is committed to you. We live in an age of mass production. People long to be surrounded by experiences and services that are customized just for them. The idea of custom products and services isn't a new one, but it's one that's been embraced by the masses in recent years. Starbucks Coffee Company is a great example of a company that provides a customized service. They developed a process to order coffee hundreds of different ways. Think about your favorite coffee drink. Mine is a red eye. I go to Starbucks versus the corner convenience store because I get exactly what I want, and it's uniquely made for me, and I'll pay more for this service too. Starbucks proved people would pay more for coffee if it were customized just for them. The core concept in all client relationships is customizing the service to the client's specific needs. For you as a nail professional, customization should be based on the condition of your client's skin and nails and overall personal style and beauty goals. The client must feel that every time she receives a service, it's tailored to her needs in terms of nail condition, personal style, and fashion preference. In today's world, we can't just deliver a cookie-cutter service. Rather, we have an opportunity to make it unique each and every time.
A custom client service is made up of 3 steps: a custom service and product recommendation, a custom design plan, and finally, a custom color formulation. We will take you through step-by-step process of the custom client service to create truly beautiful, customized enhancements for every client. The first critical step is recommending the right service and products for your client. To do this, we first need to identify the client's optimum nail style. Nail style should be based on your client's fashion preference and activity level. Would you suggest a dramatic, elongated nail enhancement to an active soccer mom? Or a short, natural nail to a glamorous fashionista? Probably not if you wanted them to love their service. Take time to discuss each client's beauty goals, then ask about jobs, hobbies, and family. Based on this information, make an appropriate style recommendation.
Fashion sensibility is a part of the job for the modern nail professional today. Creating the right nail style is far more than good mix ratio and the right smile line. Nails are 20 fashion accessories that women can wear and change with their every mood. Now that runways around the world are featuring nails as the finishing element that makes the look complete, we in the salon need to be prepared to bring the runway looks to real way services for our clients. Not everyone has the same way of looking at nail style. We need to honor every client for their own perspective and identify their preferences by asking some simple questions and paying attention to visual cues we need to make the right recommendations. Use these guidelines, which are also found in your workbook, to help identify style ideas for your clients. Have fun helping the client determine their personal style and discuss nail options that might be appropriate. The classic girl is tailored, pulled together, high quality, conservative, and smart. Her nail preference will lean towards trimmer lengths and rounded square to oval shapes. She'll request soft sheer shades or classic reds. When it comes to maintenance, she wants reliable services at a reasonable time. For the eclectic girl, anything goes, mix and match, modern with vintage, all put together with an artist's eye and a sense of irreverence. The opportunity for the nail professional to thrill this client relies on the ability to provide custom contrast to skin tone to stand out in a crowd. Her idea of maintenance is make it fast, make it count, and bring out all the tricks. For the avant-garde, she wants bold, bright statements that push the boundaries of what is accepted as normal style, a form of personal expression and unique self-interpretation. For her nail style, create interesting, seasonal ideas that embody each reinvention. And for maintenance, she's willing to spend the time for creativity if the idea is unique enough. The naturalist prefers soft lines, earthy hues, and all natural. She loves to feel at one with nature and avoid anything that is overtly artificial. Her mani and pedi include enhancements that must seem like something she was born with, and maintenance, of course, is minimal. The modernist is cool and chic, open to new ideas, and treats her nails as a style element, but doesn't want a lot of fuss. Her nail style leans towards geometric shapes with the latest colors that complement the new it bag or the must-have shoe. Stay close to the top trends of the season with this one. To maintain her nails, keep it impactful and keep it efficient. And finally, the ultra femme. Her style is flirty, girly, fun, and feminine. Nails are a very important style element to this client. They must be pretty and sexy. Use feminine colors that flatter and enhance. High maintenance is required. Fashion sensibility will become a valuable business tool for you because it personalizes every service for your client.
Now that we know our client's style, it's time to get specific about their activity level. What sports and hobbies do they enjoy? Do they have a job or family life that would make longer enhancements a challenge? A high-activity client might be active with sports or play a musical instrument that creates high impact on the nails. She may have a hobby like gardening or pottery, or she may be a new mom and chasing toddlers all day. Or her job may require her to use her hands in a way that impact her nails, such as healthcare, assembly, or construction. This is a client with busy hands, and shorter nails with a nice oval shape would be ideal. A medium activity client could play sports or instruments that have less impact on the nails, or have hobbies like cooking or arts and crafts. In her job, she uses her hand, but with less impact, such as a clerical position or mail carrier, or she may have children in their teens. She's the perfect candidate for medium-length nails in any shape. Finally, a low-activity client would be someone who plays sports that impact the hands very little. Her hobbies may be dancing, reading, and singing. She may not have children, or they're grown. Her job does not put stress on her hands and nails. This client could wear her nails any length and shape she finds most attractive, all depending on her style preference. Throughout each style and length and shape discussion with your client, listen to their goals and how they see themselves. Offer an objective perspective of what would work best and discuss ideas and approaches that will provide them problem-free nails that thrill their fashion senses. Remember, you're the expert in guiding them to the right choices, and you have the skill to provide problem-free nails that are exactly what they want and can successfully wear. The next step to a custom client service is to recommend a specific salon service. Even though we're discussing UV gel and lamp systems today, not everyone is an ideal client for UV gel enhancements. Your client's nail condition is a critical factor in determining the right service. Let's review the service options. When selecting the best enhancement service for your client's nail type, remember the rule: Opposites attract. Liquid and powder systems create strong, hard enhancements. This system is ideal for clients with soft, pliable nails who need strong, hard protection. UV gel systems create flexible, durable enhancements. This is the ideal system for clients with hard, brittle nails. As an alternate to enhancement services, another option is natural nail care, using color and treatments. This service is ideal for clients with nice natural nails who don't need added length.
Educate and communicate your service recommendation to your client. Let her know that she's receiving a unique service specifically for her based on her nail condition and fashion preference. To effectively position yourself as offering premium services, describe them with beautiful and descriptive terms that make the service high-end and appealing. This is called client communication. By just changing how you communicate with your client, you can drastically change how she views your skills and your high-quality services. Today, we've reached less than 12% of all women with nail enhancement services. Why is this? I believe that most women are confused about their options and the benefits of each service we provide. It's time we increase the number of women around the world who enjoy our services and reach out to them with a language that properly communicates what's available. Throughout this class, we'll be introducing ways to educate the client, simplify the terms, and make them feel heard, and when it's showtime, exceed their expectation in every way. So let's talk about how we communicate our services. Fake nails have gone from what was known in the 70s as porcelain nails to the 80s evolution, acrylics or pink and whites, to the 90s nail extensions, to now what is known as nail enhancements. All words to describe the service of lengthening, coating, and enhancing one's natural nails using a polymer material. At CND, we feel it's time to honor this profit-building service with beautiful and descriptive terms that make the service high-end and appealing. In the end, no one's skin tone is actually pink and white in the literal sense. We are a society of different cultures and different skin tones, and not everyone wants or needs longer nails. Some clients simply want natural nail enhancement or protection. Think about your menu offerings and include all client needs. Market your services with terms that create a beautiful picture and then charge appropriately for your high-end offerings. These are all services that command premium pricing.
Great points, Jan. Now let's get back to the custom client service using the terms just shared. After a nail enhancement service is recommended, determine the specific type of enhancement based on the appearance of the client's nails. Let's look at our options. Nail enhancements sculpted on a tip should be for nails that have little to no free edge but require length and redesign. Some ideal nails would be bitten, ski jump, or fan-shaped. Nail enhancements sculpted on a form are ideal for adding length to natural nails with a slight free edge and a nice natural shape. And sculpted natural nail overlays are ideal for healthy, naturally well-formed nails that require protection and color enhancement but do not need added length.
The next step of the custom client service is to select specific products. But before we get into the various CND product options, let's first learn a little more about the technology in general. Understanding the science behind the product will enable you to service every client with intelligence. We'll make the science fun and relatable so you'll be able to feel confident servicing even the most challenging client. Knowledge is power, and we hope you find your power in class. And to help us do this, Chad Conger, research polymer scientist from CND, is here.
Most of the materials in our industry, including liquid and powder and gel systems, form what is called a polymer. Polymer is a fancy word for plastic. Plastic sounds pretty unromantic, but while common sounding, the complexity is misunderstood. In general, a polymer, or plastic, is a long chain molecule made up of many parts. In fact, polymer is derived from Greek, poly meaning many and mer meaning parts. Polymers start out as a monomer, or one part, but there are billions and billions of monomers. These monomers are what make up the liquid portion of a liquid and powder system. Once an initiator is added, which is in the powder, a chemical reaction begins and monomers bond together to form chains, like a molecular conga line. Millions of chains are forming all at the same time and become entangled with one another, like a molecular bowl of spaghetti, which helps to give the polymer strength and toughness, and this creates a basic or single-link polymer. Single-link polymers, like those used to create cyanoacrylate nail glues, can be strong and hard, kind of like a glass rod, but not flexible. As a scale of reference, there are approximately 372 quintillion molecules in a single nail enhancement. If each molecule were the size of a penny, this many molecules could cover the surface of the Earth 700 times. Plastics sound common, but as you can see, polymers are high-tech science.
Polymer is the category of science used to enhance nails, but we often hear the word acrylic used to reference both a substance as well as a service. Chad will explain what the word acrylic really means.
Acrylic is an umbrella term for any polymer with an acryl group. Common acrylics are ethyl methacrylate, methyl methacrylate, and cyanoacrylate, all materials which we will discuss later. In our industry, acrylic is a general term people mistakenly use to define a much more specific group of products when referencing liquid and powder systems. But UV gels are, in fact, acrylics too. So walking into a salon and asking for acrylics is like going to the grocery store and saying, "I want fruit." Well, what kind of fruit? Do you want apples or do you want oranges?
Okay, now we know we're using polymer science and acrylic technology, which includes many types just like fruit, based on their molecular makeup. To better understand the differences in each technology and how that affects longevity of service, let's look at the science of both liquid and powder and UV gel.
Let's begin with liquid and powder and its evolution. Liquid and powder enhancements began with the use of methyl methacrylate, which required intense and harmful filing of the natural nail to achieve adhesion, which made it poorly suited to the task. But now, with new technology, all we need is a clean natural nail surface. The evolution of liquid and powder systems began with CND's use of ethyl methacrylate in 1978. Ethyl methacrylate is a much safer material because it adheres well to the natural nail and is less likely to cause sensitivity. As a result, it was quickly adopted by the rest of the industry. While the introduction of ethyl methacrylate was a key evolution in the nail industry, advances in technology resulted in ways to make it even better. Evolution continued with the introduction of cross-linked polymers. Again, the reaction begins with the monomers floating around independently. However, now we have added a new monomer, in red, which represents a crosslinker. When the initiator, contained in the powder, is introduced, the reaction begins. The monomers form the same molecular conga line we saw before, but the cross-linking monomers attach to the sides of the chain. One chain on its own doesn't look that much different, but when this happens billions of times, it creates a structure that looks like a molecular net. This cross-link structure provides increased strength and toughness. From there we have the latest evolution to the current state-of-the-art in polymer science, interpenetrating polymer network technology, or IPN, exclusively used in CND's radical retention systems. The IPN forms the same basic structure as the cross-link polymer, with one added twist. An additional polymer phase is introduced, weaving its way into the cross-link structure. This yields a structure that looks like a 3D netting. This adds toughness in all directions, creating a tougher, stronger polymer, like a rubber rod. The added toughness and strength means you can maintain the integrity of the enhancement while using less product, and it will not yellow over time. This allows you to achieve 3+ weeks of wear. Now, let's look at gels. In general, gels are a one-part system made of short acrylate-based chains called oligomers, meaning few parts, that are cured with a UV lamp. Gels are one-part system because, opposed to liquid and powder systems where you add the initiator when you want to use the material, in gels the initiator is added during production, but it doesn't become active until it's exposed to UV light. Gels start out as short chains or oligomers. This is why gels are thicker than liquids. Instead of starting out as single molecules which can move around each other easily, they begin as small chains of molecules which have a harder time moving around each other, making the material thicker. Once they are exposed to UV light, the photoinitiators become active, starting the cross-linking action. Brisa gels also include the same IPN technology as that of CND's liquids, but with one very important difference. It was created using a more flexible material called urethane methacrylate, which provides toughness to hard and brittle nails.
Thanks, Chad. So as you can see, the science behind our systems is very impressive and can be customized to suit each unique client need.
CND's Brisa gel system is made up of the following components. Brisa sculpting gels are acrylate-free, odorless sculpting gels. Brisa paint is a thin liquid gel that creates crisp smile lines that last 3 times longer than ordinary French manicures. Brisa Gloss is a durable, high-shine gel top coat that seals and protects enhancement. Brisa Bond is a bonding agent that permanently adheres gel enhancements to the natural nail. UV gels are developed to work with specific UV light exposure. UV gels and lamps are developed to be used together as a system for optimum performance. Using UV gel with its designated lamp at the recommended exposure times will assure correct set and cure, which delivers proper adhesion, toughness, and wearability. The CND UV lamp designed for use with Brisa gel is a compact UV lamp that properly cures Brisa gel enhancements. There are 2 phases to polymerization with UV gel. Set time. This is when the majority of curing happens and takes approximately 2 minutes. Once set, you can begin filing the enhancement. UV gel enhancements achieve superior levels of toughness, strength, and flexibility during this time. Cure time. This is when the enhancement is completely cured and takes several days with normal UV exposure from the sun and other light sources.
It's amazing to see the power of science and to understand how simple concepts like systems use can make a major difference in your service success. When you use a UV gel and its required lamp together, you'll see the magic of the system. No lifting, no cracking, just beautiful, resilient, long-lasting wearability. If you break the system or if the gel isn't cured fully, problems can occur. As you can now see, understanding science empowers you to make good choices and solve even the most challenging situation.
Let's recap step 1 of the custom client service, a custom service and product recommendation. First, discuss with your client her beauty goals to help determine the appropriate nail style. Then find out more about her lifestyle and activity level in order to recommend the best nail length and shape. Our client today has a classic style and a low activity level. She's an executive at a bank, she swims and jogs, and enjoys reading and cooking, and she doesn't have children. She's a great candidate for classic nails. Let's say almond-shaped, since it was so prevalent on the runways, and a little longer length, which slims the look of the hand. Today our client has hard brittle nails with a nice shape and a slight free edge. She's a great candidate for UV gel enhancements sculpted on a form. Now it's your turn to evaluate your client's nails and create a custom service and product recommendation. Use the charts provided in your workbook to help guide you through this process and make notes along the way. You should also write down your final recommendations. To do this now, hit pause and take about 5 to 10 minutes. We've now completed step 1 of the custom client service, a custom service and product recommendation. The next step is to develop a custom design plan. Understanding the elements of good design and creating a custom design plan for each client is the foundation for building durable enhancements that will withstand the rigors of daily wear.
What do you think of when you hear the words good design? I think of style, art, and good structure. Let's think beyond nails for a minute and use a bridge as an example. There are two factors to consider in building a well-designed bridge. First, structural design, which provides an arched path between two bodies of land. The arch is higher as the landmass distance and weight increases. Secondly, cosmetic design, which is the look and the image of the structure. Like a bridge, nail enhancements need to be both structurally and cosmetically engineered. Each nail will require its own unique design based on nail type, condition, and beauty goals. This is called a custom design plan.
A custom design plan can only be achieved by custom zone sculpting and incorporating the 5 elements of design into each enhancement. Custom zone sculpting is a way to structurally engineer the enhancement for proper balance, correct product consistency, precise product placement, and it eliminates excessive filing. Let's review the zones and some key features of the nail. Zone 1 is the area from the free edge line to the extension edge. Zone 2 is the stress point and upper arch apex. And Zone 3 is the cuticle area, outlined by the lateral walls, which run parallel up the sides of the nail to the cuticle line, connecting them. To help me demonstrate today's techniques is Tiffany Greco. She is one of CND's top ambassadors, and her UV gel skills are unsurpassed.
The first step in applying UV gel enhancements is to create a base layer for optimum adhesion. Start by creating a thin to medium layer of Brisa Clear or Pure Pink Sheer Sculpting Gel in all 3 zones. Cure for 2 minutes in the Brisa lamp. When the gel is cured, it leaves a sticky inhibition layer. Do not remove this layer yet. Next, to zone sculpt and enhancement, start with the extension edge, Zone 1. Dip your brush into the jar and pick up a scoop of gel. Allow a string to form while removing the bead from the jar. Touch the tip of the string to the sidewall of the natural nail where you want your smile line to start. Draw in the smile line with a draping motion. Next, fill in the desired extension edge with the remaining gel on the brush and lock it into place for 10 seconds. Now apply a scoop of gel to Zone 2, the apex. And Zone 3, the cuticle area. Guide the product from side to side, rotating the brush at a 45-degree angle and tapering toward the sidewalls while keeping the bulk of the gel in the center of the nail. Gently ease the gel back toward Zone 3, lightening the touch in Zone 2. Lightly feather the gel up to the established smile line. Cure for 2 minutes. If needed, perfect the shape of all 3 zones by applying a thin layer of Brisa Clear sculpting gel over the entire nail. To fill in low spots, touch a scoop of product to one side of the low spot and lift up to create a thin strand of product. Pull the strand of gel across the low spot and touch to the other side. Allow the gel to self-level.
Now it's your turn to practice zone sculpting. Using a few formation tips, practice bead placement, pressing and sculpting, and creating smile lines. You should take about 10 minutes for this exercise. Again, press pause while you practice.
Zone sculpting is just the start of good design. Creating a structurally sound and beautiful enhancement also incorporates 5 key elements of design. The first 3 are structural and impact the shape of the enhancement. They are front form, side view, both upper and lower arch, and the barrel C-curve. And the final 2 elements of design are purely cosmetic and impact the overall beauty of the enhancement. They are smile line placement and nail bed coloration. Roxanne will review these individually.
Front form is the outline of the enhancement and is determined by taking a balance of the cuticle, sidewall, and free edge line. The correct front form will complement the overall look of the nail and set the path for enhancement beauty, believability, and durability. Use your natural nail as a guide for your front form. Your final design should enhance the natural nail. Let's take a look at what could go wrong. A wide square extension competes with a rounded smile line, creating a clumsy, unnatural-looking enhancement. Placing a tip at an angle or heavy-handed filing on one side will create a crooked extension. If you're ever uncertain, have your client hold their hand up for a fresh view. Applying a tip that is too narrow will create inherent weakness at the sides of Zone 2 that will lead to cracking. Tips should fit comfortably from sidewall to ensure durability. The next element of design is the side view. Both the upper and lower arches should be considered. Proper arch design is the key to overall strength. Thickness and thinness can coexist on the same nail as part of the integrated design. However, the upper and lower arch must work together harmoniously. When designing the upper arch, the cuticle area should taper to a thin edge. The apex placed halfway between the cuticle line and the extension edge. The lateral walls and extension edge should taper to thin coverage. Use the highlight of the nail to confirm your judgment. It should run from cuticle line to extension edge. If it flattens out, gets wider, or looks uneven, you know your upper and lower arches are out of balance. Let's review what could go wrong with the upper arch. Too much product in Zone 3 will create an unnatural-looking enhancement. This could lead to lifting around the cuticle area and sidewalls, and could also lead to cracking in Zone 2. Too much product in Zone 1 can lead to Zone 2 cracking under impact. A wide highlight in Zone 1 is the first indication that there is too much product on the extension edge. Creating an enhancement that is too thin will lead to lifting and cracking. While an elegantly thin nail is visually desirable, the enhancement also must have sufficient coverage for strength and resiliency to withstand pressure under impact. A well-designed nail is subtly fuller in the center for shock absorption and strength, and tapered to thin edges for flexibility. Too much product on an enhancement looks artificial and unnatural. This nail is also at risk to lifting, and it lacks flexibility to give under impact. It's visually unattractive and can lead to nail plate damage due to its inability to flex when needed. The lower arch should have a natural, gentle extension for proper wear and beauty and must come straight out at the free edge for strength. Now let's review problems with the lower arch. Heavy product at the sides of the extension edge can lead to sidewall lifting and cracking. When creating an almond-shaped nail, it's dangerously easy to file away the lower arch and create the illusion of a ski jump nail. Sidewalls must come straight out before tapering to provide strength to the enhancement. The barrel C-curve is the next element of design to keep in mind when creating an enhancement. The C-curve should follow the natural shape of the nail for strength and beauty. It should be juxtaposed or perfectly balanced between the top and the bottom of the C-curve with a thin extension edge for strength and flexibility. Now let's review some problems we see with the barrel C-curve. It's not uncommon in our industry for nail professionals to pinch the C-curve to make it dramatic. However, if you're not careful, it could apply pressure down the center of the nail and lead to onycholysis. It is important to maintain a well-balanced nail for strength and beauty. Too much product in the center can lead to cracking along the sidewall line. Fuller-bodied product with thinly tapered edges will ensure the nail will absorb impact under pressure and will have the ability to flex and move with normal wear to prevent cracking. An out-of-balance nail creates an enhancement prone to problems. Look at the enhancement from all angles to prevent unevenness. Leaving the product too thick at the sidewalls can lead to vertical cracks because the enhancement is weaker down the center of the nail. The fourth element of design is cosmetic, smile line placement. The smile line should be placed to complement the overall design. Don't automatically follow the naturally existing free edge. Instead, use the fingertip as your guide for placement. To create the illusion of a long, sleek nail bed, place your smile line beyond the free edge. You should also determine the level of smile line arch to balance the overall design. Square nails should have a gentle smile line, while oval or almond nails should have a deeper smile line. Let's review common problems. A low smile line will create the illusion of a short, wide nail. Placing the smile line at the natural extension edge will create the look of short, stubby nails. The nail bed coloration is the final element of design and is also purely cosmetic. Selecting the right color for each client is critical to the overall design. For a truly customized service, each client should have her own individual color formula. This is the next step in a custom client service. Create a blend of colors that completes the design by matching, neutralizing, or accessorizing the client's skin tone and camouflaging imperfections. Our job as nail professionals is to improve the cosmetic appearance of the nail while building a structurally sound foundation. Mastering good design provides service levels that far exceed expectations and excels beyond the competition's ability, giving you an important point of difference. Take another look at the enhancement you created earlier today and do a self-assessment using the score sheet in your workbook based on the elements of design we just discussed. Again, press pause to give yourself a few moments to do this. Use the workbook pages to remind yourself about the design elements we just discussed. How'd you do? Are you beginning to see opportunities for refinement of your enhancement design? Let's look at a demonstration on how to create a custom design plan. We've already discussed the fact that the client has nicely shaped nails, but her nail beds are a bit short. Now we'll demonstrate how you can elongate the look of her nail bed by placing the smile lines beyond the natural free edge. We will also incorporate correct front form, side view, and C-curve design elements into the enhancement. To determine the right color for our custom blend, we'll need to analyze the client's skin tone, which is step 3 of the custom client service, custom color formulations. Take a few moments to create your custom design plan for your client, focusing on the structural design elements. You will need to press pause to allow yourself enough time. Take as much time as you need to do this. We've now completed the first two steps of a custom client service: custom service and product recommendation, and a custom design plan. The final step is creating a custom color formula for each client. CND has over 15 shades of Brisa gels that can be mixed together to create a color that's perfect for your client based on her skin tone and fashion preference. A custom color can also be used to incorporate cosmetic design elements into your enhancement. In this next section, we'll show you how to identify your client's skin tone and mix color based on her skin tone and beauty goals. But before we begin, it's important to review some basic fundamental rules of color.
When you think about it, makeup artists and hair colorists both learned the color wheel as an essential part of their training. In nail school, it was never mentioned, yet as nail professionals, we work with and recommend color to clients every day. Whether custom blending and enhancement or making a simple enamel choice, color is at the root of our everyday thinking. So now it's time to learn the fundamentals of the color wheel and once again further enhance our technical expertise.
Primary colors are blue, red, and yellow. Secondary colors are created when you mix two primaries together. They are violet, created by mixing red and blue together; green, created by mixing blue and yellow together; and orange, created by mixing yellow and red together. Tertiary colors are created when you mix a secondary color with an additional primary color. Some examples include yellow-orange, yellow-green, and blue-violet. A tint is created when you add white. Color value is the lightness or darkness of a color. Color density is how sheer or opaque a color is. A color can be made more opaque by adding more white or black. The color wheel is also organized by cool versus warm. Warm colors are yellow, orange, and red. Cool colors are purple, blue, and green. This basic understanding of the color wheel can help you with skin tone analysis, which is another fundamental skill needed to create a custom color formula. All skin tones have either a warm or cool undertone of color. Warm skin tones have an undertone of yellow, orange, or red. Cool skin tones have an undertone of purple, blue, or green. Some skin tones can be almost neutral and fall between warm and cool. In this case, you can go either way, using fashion preference as the determining factor. The easiest way to determine someone's skin tone is by using swatches of gold and silver fabric. Let me demonstrate. If the silver fabric makes the skin appear more healthy and vibrant, the client has a cool base skin tone. If the gold is more flattering, the client is warm. Let's practice analyzing skin tone. To do this exercise, you'll need to find some gold and silver fabric and use a clean white sheet of paper as your backdrop. Place the fabric on your wrist and the client's wrist and compare the two to see how one might appear warm and the other more cool. Practice seeing the undertones of your client's coloration until it comes naturally. Once you have identified skin tone, you can choose to match, neutralize, or accessorize your client's enhancements based on her beauty goals. To match skin tone, you will maintain or enhance the natural color of the client's nail. To neutralize skin tone, you will want to balance unwanted or extreme colors in the skin tone or nail bed. For example, very blue or yellow nails should be neutralized. Or you can create a stronger or high fashion effect by accessorizing skin tone with designs similar to those CND creates for global fashion shows around the world.
Every season, CND collaborates with top fashion designers from around the world to create the most exciting, trend-setting, influential nails. These designers know that nails are 20 fashion accessories that everyone can wear. Offering high fashion nails in your salon will give you a competitive edge and set you apart from your competition. Your clients don't have to be a size 2 to have high fashion nails. Use your client's fashion style for your cues on color, length, shape, and texture. Translate current fashion into nail styles that custom fit each and every client.
Now that we have our client's skin tone, we can create our custom color formula to meet those goals. CND provides a full range of Brisa gels that enable the nail professional to create infinite color combinations. Although it might be tempting today to choose to accessorize your client's nails, I recommend today that you either plan to complement or neutralize skin tone to get the full benefit of developing custom color formulas. Write down your client's skin tone and beauty goals. Either match or neutralize in your workbook. Take about 5 minutes for this. Again, press pause if needed.
We are now ready to create our custom color formulations. The most exciting new look in nail enhancements is the custom blended manicure. Custom blending powders or gel will enable you to create an illusion to transform the look of the most problematic nails. Bitten nails look reformed, ski jumps look arched, and shapeless nails can have a dramatic, sleek effect with custom blending. A client no longer needs to have low, fattening smile lines to prolong a rebalance an extra week. Now we can use CND's full range of colors to mix and match to create the look we want. And be sure to charge at least $10 more for this service than a traditional Forever French.
Now I'll demonstrate custom blending. Depending on your client's skin tone, start with either a sheer, semi-sheer, or opaque Brisa gel as your base color. Here are some guidelines. Sheer gel provides clear protection with a tint of color to brighten and enhance the natural nail. Semi-sheer gels have a hint of coverage for a natural appearance. And opaque gels give full coverage to hide or camouflage problems and have the ability to create a new illusion. Once you've determined your coverage, select a shade of Brisa gel that best meets your client's beauty goals based on skin tone. If your client has warm skin tones and you want to match her skin tone, use warm pink semi-sheer, warm pink opaque, and soft white opaque gels. If you want to neutralize warm skin, use pure pink sheer, cool pink semi-sheer, and pure white opaque gels. If your client has cool skin tones, you can match her skin tone with cool pink, intense pink, pure pink, clear, and pure white gels. And you can neutralize cool skin with warm pink semi-sheer, warm pink opaque, and soft white opaque gels. Again, if your client has neutral skin tones, you can use any of CND's neutral gels as a base to match or neutralize her skin tone. To accessorize any skin tone, anything goes. You can use the full range of CND Brisa gels to meet your client's fashion goals. This is a technique that will create a dramatic high fashion effect to your custom color combination. Accessorizing a nail provides a hue that is unique, interesting, and fashion forward. Go bold, extreme, or high contrast with this nail style. Once you've determined your base color, you can easily customize color further with other Brisa gel shades. To enhance sheer coverage, add sheer neutrals, semi-sheer neutrals, or shimmer gels. You should avoid adding opaque gels in these blends to maintain the clarity of color. To enhance semi-sheer or opaque coverage, you can add any combination of Brisa gels. However, add only a minimal amount of sheer or semi-sheer colors to avoid losing opacity. To warm a formula, add a bit of yellow, orange, red, or gold shimmer. To cool a formula, add a small amount of blue, green, purple, silver shimmer, or silver frost. Adding Brisa shimmer gels to any formula will also create depth for added effect. Finally, you may need to add white or dark colors to your formula to create different levels of color value. Color value determines the level of coverage and the lightness or darkness of the custom color. Lighter skin tones may require a bit of soft white or pure white Brisa sculpting gel. Darker skin tones may require a small amount of a darker shade of Brisa gel. To mix your formula, scoop a small amount of your base gel into an empty jar. Add small amounts of each additional color you choose. To mix the gel, use a clean orange wood stick. Once the gels are blended, test the color by creating a small bead and applying it to the back of a clear tip. Turn the tip over and hold it up to your client's skin or nail bed to be sure it's the right match. Remember, this is uncured gel. Use caution not to touch the client's skin. If the shade is a little off, add a little more color until you get the right match.
Now it's your turn to practice custom color formulas. You may need to pick up CND's Bold and Shimmers collections to complete your color range. Take about 10 minutes to create 2 customized color blends based on skin tone, beauty goals, and color goals that you've already developed. Create 1 shade for the nail bed and another shade for the nail tip. Press pause to give yourself enough time to do this and use your workbook to reference color theory and CND's color options and mixing guidelines. We've now covered all of the steps of a custom client service. Step 1, establish a custom service and product recommendation. Step 2, plan a custom design unique to her beauty goals and needs. And step 3, create custom color formulas that will add the final element of the perfect service. Now let's pull it all together and design the most fabulous enhancements you've ever created.
To prepare your brush for the first time, use a clean disposable towel to break up the packing starch on the hairs. Dip the brush into a small amount of clear Brisa sculpting gel. Place the brush on a lint-free towel and work it back and forth, removing any air bubbles. Make sure the brush becomes fully saturated. Once the brush has been prepared, it's important to properly maintain it. Clean the hairs using a plastic-backed pad soaked with Scrub Fresh. Do not soak your brush in solvent or brush cleaner because it could break down the synthetic hairs. When not in use, keep your brush away from all light sources, including the UV gel lamp, your table lamp, and sunlight through your window. It is also important to clean the gel from your brush after use to prevent it from curing and hardening in the hairs. The easiest way to do this is to saturate a lint-free plastic-backed pad and wipe it several times to remove the UV gel from the hairs. Once done, store it horizontally in a brush case and place the case in your drawer. This will prevent any residual gel from curing or hardening in the hairs.
Before performing any nail service, you should understand the anatomy of the nail unit. Keeping the nail unit healthy is critical to your success. A healthy nail unit means satisfied clients with long-lasting enhancements. I'm going to bring Chad Conger from our research laboratory back to help us explain the nail unit.
The nail unit is made up of the following areas. The nail matrix produces the nail plate cells. The nail plate is a complex structure of proteins called keratin. The nail bed is what lies directly below the nail plate, and the nail guardians, which are the folds and seals that protect the nail plate. The folds include the eponychium and lateral folds, which are the living tissue that surrounds the nail plate. Many people confuse the eponychium with the cuticle. The cuticle is the dead tissue that can be removed during prep. The eponychium is the living tissue that should be treated with care during a service. Many state boards forbid cutting the cuticle, but what they are actually referring to is the eponychium. Cutting the eponychium can lead to serious infection. The seals include the hyponychium, that is living tissue under the free edge of the nail. Breaking this seal is one of the leading causes of infection and separation of the nail plate, also called onycholysis. Onycholysis is caused by trauma to the nail unit. Some potential causes of onycholysis are nipping enhancement product during rebalances, aggressive filing, and chemical overexposure.
Proper prep is the nail professional's power tool for optimum adhesion. This is especially true if we systematically use the method before any enhancement application. Apply product within 30 minutes of prep to prevent the skin from naturally producing adhesion-reducing oil in the nail plate. Always use superior products and technical skills. Problems can occur with enhancement adhesion if heavily perfumed or oiled soaps and cuticle creams are used during prep, if the surface of the nail plate is touched before enhancement application, as this can leave oil on the surface of the nail, and if you blow on the natural nail before enhancement product application, and finally, if prep is not practiced in a thorough and detailed fashion. So let's get started with the technique. Before applying a tip or performance form, prep the nail following these steps. Start with P for perform a manicure. First, wash your client's hands with a fragrance-free liquid hand soap and towel dry. Then, massage Cool Blue in the client's hands to sanitize. Cool Blue is a refreshing water-free hand sanitizer that leaves skin soft and smooth, not sticky. Remove existing nail enamel using an acetone-based polish remover or Scrub Fresh and a plastic-backed lint-free pad. If necessary, trim the length from each nail using nail clippers. Refine, smooth, and shape the free edge of each nail with the 240 grit side of a file, such as the Kanga file, Koala Buffer, or Out Black padded file. Never file the natural nail with any abrasive lower than a 240 grit. Doing so can tear the layers of the nail plate apart and cause delamination. Apply a small amount of Cuticle Away evenly around the cuticle of each nail. Cuticle Away is a professional strength cuticle remover and callus softener that dissolves dead skin so it can be easily removed from the nail plate. To prevent product contamination, do not touch soft tissue with the product applicator. It is also important not to rub in cuticle remover with your finger. This may lead to overexposure for you. Gently slide a cuticle pusher along the nail plate toward the cuticle area and along the lateral fold to lift and loosen any non-living tissue. Use a curette to remove non-living tissue up to the eponychium and lateral edge. When needed, use a manicure nipper to carefully remove the loosened, non-living tissue as well as any loose pieces of skin or hangnails. Use a gentle touch during cuticle removal to protect the seals. Using a soft brush, thoroughly cleanse the nail with soap and water and then towel dry. Double check around the lateral folds and cuticle area to ensure there are no loose sections of skin that could act as a barrier between the natural nail and the enhancement coating. If there are any loose sections of skin left, repeat the curette and manicure nipper steps. Always use a gentle touch when cleaning up the cuticle area and avoid cutting into healthy, living tissue as this could break the seals of the nail, resulting in potential overexposure and possible infection for the client. Now the nails are beautifully even and correctly shaped, and the cuticles are meticulously groomed. We are ready for the next step. R. Remove shine from the nail plate surface. Gently buff the surface of each nail with the 240 grit side of a koala buffer in the direction of natural nail growth to remove shine. Filing back and forth will remove layers and weaken the nail. Remember, with this step, we're lightly removing shine, not roughing up the nail or reducing layers of nail plate. And finally, we'll E, eliminate surface contaminants, and P, purify nail plate layers using Scrub Fresh. Scrub Fresh is a natural nail surface cleanser that cleanses and temporarily dehydrates the nail plate. It also leaves behind pathogen fighters that help prevent nail infections. Thoroughly cleanse and temporarily dehydrate the nail plate layers with Scrub Fresh using a lint-free plastic-backed pad. Gently pull lateral folds back and scrub thoroughly to be sure all areas of the nail are completely clean. And look at the results. The nail plate should look dry, the cuticles perfect, and nail shape even and refined. You should note when using a tip, apply the tip prior to Scrub Fresh during prep. If you Scrub Fresh before tip application, your client could experience their natural nails curling away from the tip between appointments. Be sure to do all of the steps of prep up to Scrub Fresh. Once the tip is on and properly blended, carefully apply Scrub Fresh to the natural nail only. Prep. These 4 simple steps make a big difference in the longevity of every nail enhancement service and leads to maximum adhesion. The time you spend in prep eliminates time-consuming lifting and redos later. Be diligent with every client and pay attention to seasonal changes in the wearability of the service. If you notice seasonal lifting or have clients that are prone to lifting, you may want to use one of our prep boosters. For clients with excessive oil, you can also add a simple step to help adhesion. Before purifying the nail plate layers with Scrub Fresh, cleanse their nails with soap and warm water to remove oil and debris, then towel dry thoroughly. This can be done at a sink or at your table. When at your table, use a spray bottle filled with clean water to thoroughly rinse away all of the soap. Another tip for lift-prone clients is prior to Scrub Fresh, apply Nail Fresh to the natural nail. Nail Fresh is a prep booster that temporarily dehydrates the natural nail and helps improve adhesion. Nail Fresh should be used before the application of Scrub Fresh to ensure the pathogen fighters are left on the nail plate. The final step for UV gel enhancements is to apply a thin coat of Brisa Bond to the natural nail. Brisa Bond is an air-dry bonding agent that creates covalent bonds and permanently adheres Brisa UV gel enhancements to the natural nail. Apply Brisa Bond after applying Scrub Fresh and do not apply Brisa Bond to tips. Be sure to perform prep right before enhancement application to ensure you have the perfect surface for bonding. And of course, to avoid contamination after prep, never blow on the nail and caution your client to keep their hands and fingers away from their hair or face. Take about 5 minutes to prep 2 to 3 nails on your client. Wait to apply Scrub Fresh to 1 to 2 nails so you can apply a tip. However, apply Scrub Fresh to those nails you want to apply a form to. Remember to use your workbook to make notes and press pause to allow you enough time. Now that your client's nails are prepped, you can move on to the next step, tip or form application.
During the custom service and product recommendation of this video, you learned when to recommend tips and forms for an enhancement service. To quickly review again, tips should be used for nails that have little to no free edge but require length and redesign. Some ideal nails for tips are bitten nails, ski jump nails, or fan-shaped nails. Forms are ideal for adding length to natural nails with a slight free edge and a natural nail shape. To fully benefit from this video, you should apply both a tip and a form to your client. Let's start by applying a tip. CND has 4 tips to choose from. Formation Tips has a full contact area. They are our most universal option and especially ideal for clients with misshaped or damaged nail plates. Eclipse Tips have a winged contact area and are ideal for hard-to-fit nails with deep sidewalls and a square C-curve. Velocity Tips have a micro contact area. They are ideal for nicely shaped natural nails with little to no extension edge. And Performance Tips have no contact area. They are designed for nicely shaped natural nails with a slight extension edge.
To select the right tip, match the C-curve of the tip to the C-curve of the natural nail. Also consider your client's nail shape and extension edge. Next, fit the tip to the natural nail. Select the right size tip for each nail. A tip should fit easily from sidewall to sidewall. If in doubt, go larger and pre-tailor the sidewalls of the tip to better fit the natural nail. Going smaller puts stress on the enhancement and could cause splitting down the center of the enhancement. Now pre-tailor the contact area of the tip. An ideal fit will only cover 1/3 of the natural nail, leaving the remaining 2/3 without coverage for enhancement retention. Gently file away unwanted material by holding the board to the contact area at a 45-degree angle and file down to gradually form a C shape to the contact line. Now shape the natural nail so that the stop point of the tip fits snugly against the natural nail for optimum strength. Make sure that the entire edge of the nail is fully encased within the stop point. If the nail is too long, the protective stress points aren't properly placed and the nail becomes out of balance. Use a 240 grit file, such as the Kanga file, to shorten and refine the natural nail to fit the tip perfectly. Using a professional adhesive like Solar Seal, Gel Bond, or Speed Bond, place a bead of adhesive in the contact area of the tip. Place a small line of adhesive on the natural nail plate near the free edge. Hold the tip between the thumb and forefinger when applying adhesive. Spread the adhesive gently with the tip to completely coat the entire extension edge. Use 1 or 2 quick wiping strokes to do this. Be careful to coat the corners of the natural nail and the sidewall of the contact area with adhesive. Determine the desired degree of curve. Hold the tip at a 45-degree angle and gently butt the stop point against the natural nail extension edge. Gently lower the contact area down to the natural nail, stopping when the desired arch is achieved. Press firmly against the free edge for 5 to 10 seconds with the stop point to be sure it is securely adhered. Remove any residual adhesive with a plastic-backed lint-free pad or towel. Next, cut the tip to the desired length. Avoid pulling or putting unnecessary stress on the tip. Finally, blend the tip. Establish the front form of the tip using the front form blueprint you created during the design consultation. Start with a 180 grit file like the Blizzard or Hotshot file and place it flat at the extension edge and slowly angle it under the nail to create consistent edges. Debulk the entire tip evenly using a rounded motion. Pay close attention to the corners of the tip. This area often traps excess adhesive. It should be completely blended away. Refine the sidewalls by beveling evenly down each side, working from the center of the tip straight to the side. Be sure the bevel is even from zone 2 to zone 1. Refine zone 1 and thin to a sharp edge. If using a tip with a contact area, refine zone 2 with the Blizzard or Hotshot file and gently refine the remaining tip material from the nail to prevent ghost shadowing and pocket lifting. Then refine with the 240 grit of the Kanga board, Koala buffer, or out black padded file to be sure the entire tip is thin, blended, and translucent. Once the tip is thoroughly blended, wash the client's hands and clean the nail plate with Scrub Fresh. Avoid wiping Scrub Fresh on the freshly applied tip, since the solvents may melt the tip and lead to cracking. Now that you've seen a tip properly applied, take 5 to 7 minutes to apply 1 or 2 tips to your client. Use the nails that you have not yet applied Scrub Fresh to. Again, use your workbook as a guide and press pause to give yourself enough time to perform this exercise. Now let's review applying a form. There are 4 steps to applying a form. First, preparing the form. If necessary, use a curved cuticle scissor to pre-tailor the form, ensuring it fits snugly under the extension edge. If needed, pre-fold the vertical perforation on each side to help shape the form. Fit the form to the finger. Place the form under the extension edge of the natural nail and angle down to create the desired arch. Secure the form to the finger and secure the C-curve. Squeeze the front tabs together and press them up toward the nail to create a perfect C-curve. Finally, squeeze the rear tabs to secure the form. The rear V-notch may be pinched together or open to accommodate large or small fingers. Now take about 5 minutes to apply a form to your client. Again, press pause to allow enough time and use your workbook to take notes and guide you through the process. Now that you have successfully applied a tip and a form, you are ready to apply your product and create your custom enhancement. When designing our enhancements today, we'll demonstrate 2 effects. One will be a traditional smile line, and the other a dramatic smile line that elongates the client's nails and creates the illusion of long, sleek nail beds. Let's go to Tiffany to show us both techniques.
First, apply a base layer using Brisa Clear Sculpting Gel. Scoop out a small amount of gel and create a thin to medium base layer in all 3 zones. Place the tip of the brush near the eponychium, leaving a tiny free margin between the product and skin. Apply this layer to 4 nails at a time and cure for 2 minutes. Then apply to thumbs and cure for 2 minutes. Do not remove the inhibition layer, which is the sticky, uncured gel, after removing the nails from the light. Next, apply the custom white gel blend to zone 1 and establish the placement of the smile line. To do this, use a string of gel to create an imaginary smile line. Then fill in the rest of zone 1 with the gel remaining on your brush. For deep smile lines, place your string of gel higher on the extension edge, forming a deep, soft V shape, and tuck the gel further into the corners of the sidewall. To create a durable enhancement, keep in mind that the thickest part of the nail, called the apex or upper arch, is halfway between the cuticle line and the extension edge. Keeping this area a little thicker will protect nails where they most often break and will help camouflage the natural nail smile line if illusion sculpting. Fill in the rest of the zone with the gel on your brush and lock the smile line into place. Do not remove the sticky uncured layer after removing nails from the light. Next, apply a scoop of gel to zone 2, the apex, and zone 3, the cuticle area. Begin to build and shape the nail by placing a scoop of gel in the center of zone 2. Guide the product from side to side, rotating your brush at a 45-degree angle, tapering toward the sidewalls, keeping the bulk of the product in the center of the nail. Gently ease the gel back toward zone 3, lightening the touch in zone 2. Be sure to leave the majority of the product in zone 2, ensuring proper apex placement and thin edges. Always leave a tiny free margin around the sidewall lines and cuticle area to prevent overexposure and surface breakdown. To prevent pooling, lock nails into place using the following technique. Apply Brisa gels to 2 fingers at a time and lock the gel into place using the 10-second timer on the UV lamp. Once you have applied gel to all 4 fingers on each hand, cure each hand for 2 full minutes. Then apply to thumbs and cure for 2 minutes. Do not remove the sticky uncured layer after removing from the light. Remember that the locking technique only thickens the gel. To completely cure the gel, each and every layer of Brisa gel must be placed in the lamp for 2 full minutes. If needed, apply a thin layer of clear sculpting gel over the entire nail to perfect the shape. To fill in low spots, place a small amount of clear gel on one side of the low spot and lift up, creating a thin strand of gel. Pull this strand and touch to the other side. Lift off and allow the gel to self-level. Apply to 4 nails at a time and cure for 2 minutes. Then apply to thumbs and cure for 2 minutes. Finally, remove the sticky, uncured layer from the enhancements using Scrub Fresh and a plastic-backed pad.
Now, take about 15 to 20 minutes to apply enhancements to your client's nails. Use the form to illusion sculpt a deep smile line. Again, use the workbook to guide you through the process and take notes along the way. Remember to press pause to give yourself enough time. You're now almost finished with your enhancement service. We've come a long way from cookie cutter enhancements, and during the next step, zone finishing, you'll bring out the final results and a truly fabulous nail.
For thin enhancements and a healthy natural nail plate, less is best. Less abrasion to the enhancement means fewer chances of surface breakdown and more natural-looking enhancements. Less trauma to the natural nail means a healthier, stronger foundation. Whether finishing liquid and powder or UV gel enhancements, the techniques are the same. Protecting the integrity of the nail while creating beautiful, natural-looking enhancements that last are the primary objectives. The first key to successful finishing is to sculpt with the brush, not the file. You want to begin with a well-constructed thin enhancement by following the design techniques previously discussed. The key to eliminating time-consuming filing is prevention. When choosing files or buffers, remember that the grit size indicates the number of abrasive particles per square inch. As this number goes higher, the particles on the file become smaller and finer. As the number goes lower, there are fewer particles, meaning you have a rougher surface. The following are some guidelines. The 100 grit side of our Blizzard and Hot Shot files can be used on freshly applied UV gel product or on an existing liquid and powder product. The 120 grit of the Out Black padded file is designed exclusively for reducing existing product. The 180 grit on files like our Blizzard and Hot Shot can be used on freshly applied product and existing product. The 180 grit on our Boomerang padded file is designed to smooth the surface of enhancement. The 240 grit side of the Kanga file, Koala Buffer, and Out Black padded file is ideal for use around the cuticle area, will remove scratches and enhancements, and can be used to shape and lightly buff natural nails. And the 1200 grit side of the Koala Buffer should be used to buff oil into enhancements and smooth natural nails. Finally, the 2400 and 4000 grit of the Girlfriend Buffer, glossing buffer and glossing block creates low shine on enhancements and natural nails, while the 12,000 grit side of the Girlfriend buffer and slick shining surface of the glossing buffer and block bring out the shine on nail enhancements and natural nails. So let's get to work and learn the procedure. Roxanne?
The methodical approach to filing combines a series of grip methods and stroke techniques through various stages of the routine. First, I'll share with you each of the grip methods. The reverse grip is when you hold the file in the right hand like a dinner fork. 1/3 of the file should be in one hand, freeing up 2/3 to be used while filing. The forward grip is holding the file in the reverse position and then flip to the other side with the index finger on top of the file, the thumb on the side, and the middle finger supporting the bottom. The bottom edge of the file should be pressed into the palm of the hand at the pinky for the forward grip. And the reverse down grip is when you rest the end of the file closest to you on the inside of the thumb. Secure it with the index finger and close the little, ring, and middle fingers to the palm of the hand. Now let's take a look at the stroke techniques. The multi-directional stroke refers to allowing the file to abrade the surface of the nail both towards and away from you without lifting the file from the surface. Do this with light, quick strokes. As a rule, never file back and forth more than 6 times in a row. The one-directional stroke is when you file the nail surface in one direction only. It can mean filing towards or away from you, but not filing back and forth. And the cuticle seal stroke uses both the forward and reverse down grips. Its purpose is to help seal the product to the nail plate and prevent lifting. The cuticle seal stroke is a light, one-directional stroke around the cuticle line. Let's apply these techniques to an actual nail enhancement and see how it looks all together. To help you see how much and where the pressure is, polish the nail with red enamel. It will help demonstrate the precision required for proper enhancement finishing. You can also use a red Sharpie when practicing this on your own. While developing a filing routine, create an imaginary line down the vertical center of the nail. Anything on the right side of the line is the forward section, and anything on the left is the reverse section. Another way to remember this is forward is clockwise or moves toward the right, and reverse is counterclockwise and moves toward the left. To refine my chosen front form, begin with sidewall refinement. Use the 180 grit side of the Blizzard or Hot Shot file to establish the sidewall line using the reverse down grip method. Next, perfect the extension edge. Start with the file parallel to the extension edge and slowly rotate underneath the nail to start rounding the corners. The deeper the oval edge, the further the file should rotate under the nail. This procedure should connect the lateral sidewalls together into the prescribed front form. The Blizzard or Hot Shot file can now be used in long sweeping strokes to clean up this line into a perfect and symmetrical form. Now focus on the shape of the enhancement and refine the upper arch and lower arches, which establish the apex of my design. Proper placement of the apex, the highest point of the arch, will give you extra strength in the stress area under impact. Starting in Zone 3 at the cuticle line, bevel the reverse side of the enhancement from the top down to the sidewall, traveling toward the extension edge with each stroke. Again, a 180 grit file is ideal for this step. The reverse grip method is easiest with this technique. This will prevent a rounding illusion at the sidewall point of the smile line. Repeat these steps on the forward side of the nail using the forward grip method to hold the file. Both sides should be perfected with the multi-directional stroke technique. Check the nail from a side view perspective to ensure that the upper and lower arches are the same. This method will protect the position of the apex and refine the lower arch of the enhancement. For optimum strength, the lower arch should extend straight out from the finger before beginning an arch. Now, look at the barrel C-curve. Continue with the 180 grit file using the reverse and forward grip methods. Bevel the extension edge to make it thin and even. Also, check that the upper and lower arch of the C-curve are the same from extension edge to cuticle line. This can be judged by rocking the nail forward. Use a multi-directional stroke to reduce bulk, followed with a one-directional stroke technique to perfect the enhancement and eliminate flat spots. Now repeat these same steps using the 180 grit side of the boomerang buffer to further refine and smooth the enhancement. The cuticle line comes next. With a light touch, use the cuticle seal stroke and a padded file with a 240 grit, like the Kanga file, koala buffer, or out black padded file to buff the nail surface. To bring a UV gel enhancement to a high shine, remove all dust with a disinfectable brush and lightly go over the nails with a plastic backed pad with Scrub Fresh to ensure there are no tiny particles of dust left that will create a bump in the nail. Then apply a thin layer of Brisa gloss over the entire nail and encase the free edge. Apply to 4 nails at a time and cure for 2 minutes. Next, apply to thumbs and cure for 2 minutes. Wipe off the sticky, uncured layer with Scrub Fresh and a plastic-backed pad. And look at the results. Beautiful enhancements uniquely created for your client's wants and need. The overall design and color creates a very natural look, but we've extended the smile line to create the illusion of long, slender fingers. Now it's your turn to finish the enhancements you've created today. Follow the guidelines I just demonstrated, finishing each enhancement. Use your workbook to make notes and press pause to give yourself time to complete this final activity. Now that you've finished the enhancements, score them using the second score sheet in the workbook. Then compare this score to your original score. Hopefully, you'll see an improvement in your overall score. And as you continue to practice these new techniques and refine your skills, your finished enhancements will only get better.
Maintaining the client's enhancements is the most important part of the enhancement service. Regular rebalancing keeps nails in the best shape possible and helps to prevent service breakdown. We recommend that the client schedule a rebalance every 2 to 3 weeks for optimum results. During the rebalance, the goal is to bring the enhancement fully back into balance.
Remember to pay attention to any areas of lifting, cracking, or problems and correct them by making subtle changes during the reapplication of the product. Perhaps the length was too long or adhesion was insufficient. Perhaps this time you need a prep booster or need to make the cuticle margin a little larger. Make this critical calculation to get the service more refined with every maintenance appointment. Before beginning any rebalance service, clean your hands and the client's hands by washing them with soap and water, followed by Cool Blue. Using a 180 grit file or higher, reestablish the front form of the nail and reduce all product by a minimum of 50%. If there are any areas of separation or lifting, gently file up to the lifted area until it flakes from the nail. Blend the lifted area until a new seal is found between the product and the nail. For superior adhesion, use the 240 side of the koala buffer to reduce the product to the natural nail, but not onto the nail, around all edges. If there are any cracks in the enhancement, file a V into the crack to ensure it's properly reinforced during application. Reduce the length of the natural nail extension with a hot shot, blizzard, or Kanga file. Next, thoroughly prep the natural nail following the prep steps described previously. Finally, reapply product to all three zones. Whether applying a Forever French sculptured nail or sculpted natural nail overlay, techniques should be consistent with the application techniques we discussed earlier. If there are any signs of service breakdown, cracking, yellowing, or lifting, you must take these as warning signs. Review your application techniques and design to ensure you are using correct processes. Also, check for contamination in your brush and products. Proper rebalancing of the nail enhancement protects the health of the natural nail and maintains the longevity of the service. Make sure to customize the approach of the rebalance to fit each client's individual need and pay attention to changes that occur as the nails grow.
From time to time, you will have a client that wants to remove her nail enhancements. Although CND does not recommend the practice of regularly removing nail enhancements, on occasion, your client might want this service. However, you should always educate your clients that enhancements do not need to be removed periodically for the health of the natural nail. In fact, excessive removal can be very drying to the skin and nails.
When the need does arise, there is a quick, safe way to remove enhancements without damaging the natural nail. First, reduce the thickness of the product by gently filing the nail enhancement. Leave a very thin layer of product on the natural nail, but use caution and a soft touch, being careful not to file on the nail plate. Next, loosen the product remover's cap and hold under warm water, or soak in a bowl for a minute or two, but no more than 5 minutes. Then, saturate cotton balls with remover and place on each nail. Wrap the cotton balls on each finger with foil, creating an individual unit for each nail. The body's natural heat will hasten the effects of the remover. After about 20 minutes, remove the foil and wipe each nail with a clean, disposable towel. Usually, this amount of time will effectively remove all product. However, if needed, repeat the previous step. Wash both your hands and your client's hands in soap and water, and then condition the nails and skin with solar oil. Massage the entire hand with your favorite CND lotion. Prescribe a home care program that will support the health and beauty of hands and nails. This is a great opportunity to upsell a client into a regular natural nail care program or alternative enhancement service.
Keeping your salon safe for your clients is critical to your success. Today's clients are ultra aware of cleanliness in the salon. Ask your clients to wash their hands and then wash your own hands before providing a service. Keep your environment clean by properly sanitizing and disinfecting your implements and other hard surfaces in between every service. Consider sterilizing implements for an extra level of assurance. Salon wellness also means confidence for both you and your client. Confidence for your client means receiving consistently high-quality services. Confidence for you comes in the form of a fully booked appointment schedule and regular increases in profit or salary.
Salon wellness also means taking care of you and your client's health, specifically the health of the natural nail. Understanding the nail unit and using the proper prep techniques we featured earlier in this video are the foundation for healthy nails. Take care of your health by avoiding injury such as tendinitis, cumulative trauma disorder, or carpal tunnel syndrome. These are common injuries in our business because we use repetitive motion, such as filing throughout the day. You can avoid injury by using good posture, stretching throughout the day, and keeping filing to a minimum with sculpting with the brush, not the file. Also, review your workbook for salon do's and don'ts.
CND's formula for success rests upon 3 pillars: superior product systems, superb technical skills, and a customized service plan for every client. Using these simple concepts to build your business will set you apart from the rest. Developing an integrated approach which embraces every aspect of good business is key in building success. Remember these core strategies for success. Build a service menu using professional language that is enticing and descriptive. Use intelligent servicing and home care recommendations customized to the unique needs of every client. Understand and practice universal sanitation and science-based intelligence to maximize your technical excellence. Stay up to date with the latest fashion trends and offer your client modern nail style options. Focus on building revenue, containing expenses, and building profits so that your business will be healthy for a long time to come.
We also recommend you take a good look at your pricing structure. When was the last time you raised your prices? As easy as this sounds, many of you find implementing a price increase intimidating, even when you know you're worth it. The standard rate of annual inflation is 2.6%, but CND suggests you increase your price by 3 to 3.7% annually, rounded to the nearest dollar, to maintain healthy profit growth. You can also justify price increases as you improve your services by attending classes such as this one. Offer your clients the custom client service you just learned about today. Explain that you're now offering a premium service and you'll be charging more for this service, but in return, you'll guarantee your client leaves with perfect enhancements. Commit to listening to your client and fixing anything she isn't happy with before she leaves the salon. If your client makes even one change to her enhancements after the service, you didn't meet her needs. Your clients are getting better quality services and they should expect to pay more for them. Review the 3-year price increase chart in your workbook for guidelines. You should inform your clients of a price increase at least 30 days prior to the increase. Try using the triple touch approach. Email all of your clients about the increase, mail a letter or postcard to each client, and post the letter in a frame at the front desk of the salon. Your workbook includes a sample letter for you to reference. Take a look at this letter when drafting your own to be sure you've included critical elements such as the date of the price increase.
Another easy revenue generator is retail. Recommending retail items needed for home care between services is the final part of the service, and it's critical to maintaining your client's enhancements. Offer your client the gift of convenience by making sure she has everything she needs to maintain beautiful hands and feet. As you move through the service, recommend items your client will need to maintain the service at home. Or better yet, include the initial home care kit in the price of the full set of nails. Here are a few key products critical to the health and longevity of the enhancement service.
Solar oil is a synergistic blend of 3 naturally light oils and vitamin E designed to deeply penetrate and protect skin and nails. Jojoba oil carries vitamin E deeply into the skin to help prevent cellular damage and reduce visible signs of aging. Rice bran and sweet almond are naturally light oils that keep skin soft and supple. Together, these ingredients work to deeply moisturize skin and plasticize nails. Used nightly before bed, on the top and underside of the nail, solar oil penetrates even through the nail enamel and enhancements and has a cumulative effect over time, providing increased protection with every application. Cuticle Eraser contains an intensive alpha hydroxy acid complex of glycolic and lactic acids for microexfoliation and deep hydration of cuticles. Used daily, Cuticle Eraser will keep the nail plate free of cuticle and help prevent hangnails. Rejuvenator is a copper peptide complex therapy for damaged skin. Copper helps restore the skin's ability to repair itself. Proactively retail this product to all customers to help speed the healing of damaged, dry skin. For a complete guide of home care instructions for your client, please refer to your workbook or visit cnd.com. To be successful at retail, it's also important to create attractive, easy-to-use retail shelves. Retailing a few complete product lines eliminates confusion, encourages the use of product systems, and is generally more appealing.
Thanks for joining us, and I hope you enjoyed this comprehensive virtual learning experience, and I really hope you were inspired. If you like this video but you want to learn more, we have many more exciting education opportunities to include our basics, masters, and specialty classes, and of course our famous roadshow.
That's right. For more information about any of the products, techniques, or classes we discussed today, please log on to cnd.com or call our hotline at 800-833-NAIL, or if calling from outside the United States, call 760-599-2900.
Our very best for your greatest success.
We'll see you next time.